प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्.
So to keep the truth, you have to develop the Satya Dhruti. That means the Satvika Dhruti has to be there to retain the truth. So similarly, Karya, Karya. That means Karya and Akarya. What is to be done and what is not to be done. It is also not always simple. What is to be done and what is not to be done. Generally, a good person will go by the honesty, dharmika laws, that law of righteousness. But always you cannot determine by that. In many cases, you have to come to a decision for a greater good. Many things have to be done. There, those who are very staunch moral followers, they will not be able to do whatever to be done. For example, Bolo? Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir was so clinging to his truthfulness that he is a truthful person. He will never say a lie. So when the lie had to be told that Drona, that your son, Ashwathama hata iti kunjara, Ashwathama has died, he refused to speak. Then they had to take the clever means of elephant, you give the name Ashwathama, then kill the elephant, then say Ashwathama hata iti kunjara in a lower. Then also the drummers were asked to beat the drum so that Drona doesn't listen to the last part of it. But maybe Drona knew all these things, who knows, that whatever is written in the Mahabharata. Because Drona and Bhishma right from the beginning they are saying that you win, they are blessing the Pandavas to win. But they have to pacify Duryodhana also, that they have killed my son, what can I do, I left my weapons. So it may not be always the straightforward moral way. It is moral in the ultimate sense. That is, it is for some higher good, one has to speak. So it is not so simple that Karya and Akarya, that I have read the Dharma and I know what is to be done and what is not to be done. A Sattvika Buddhi is necessary for that, to understand what is to be done and what is not to be done. So in the Kathopanishad they are saying that Shreyas and Preyas. This is very applicable here. That what is Karya and what is Akarya is depending for a seeker. He is a seeker of Shreyas. As Arjuna said in the second chapter, Yas Shreyasyat Nishchitam Bruhitan me. That I am a seeker of Shreyas. You tell me where lies Shreyas for me. So a seeker will always look for the Shreyas. Now he has to know where lies the Shreyas. Suppose a situation has come where the Shreyas lies in taking the path A or taking the path B. How will you know? So today I had given a thumb rule, earlier also I have said, that it is just to look within and find out that if I take this path A, am I feeling an expansion inside, a strength inside, a lightness inside, or am I feeling a weakness inside, guilt or weakness inside, a contraction inside, a heaviness inside? That will tell you what you are, because in effect we are all the souls. In our real identity we are all the soul, that the soul voice is always there from within. Because of external greed and fear and all those things, fear of losing what we like, fear of facing what we dislike, all these things, they don't allow us to listen to the voice of the soul. The moment we look within, we are able to find out what is the path of Shreyas. So Karya, what is to be done and what is not to be done for a seeker, he has to find out by looking within. Now, what is this looking within? When we are looking within rather than guided by the external circumstances, is it not I have won over the slavery of the external objects and objective situation, and I am looking from my voice within, from the Atma? Is it not? So you are getting anchored to your soul. Your buddhi is getting anchored to your soul. That is the Viveka buddhi, that is the Yoga buddhi, and that is the Sattvika buddhi also. So the Sattvika buddhi is always anchored to the soul. It is getting its instruction from the soul. Just like a charioteer. Charioteer is compared with the buddhi in Kathopanishad. So to run the chariot, it has to ask the master where he would like to go. In the driver of a car, the driver has to ask the master, where do you want to go? Now generally we are not asking the master. Master is sitting quietly behind. We are taking the horses wherever they feel like going. That is, seeing the grass, it will go into the eating grass, sometimes leaving the road. And the mind also is the rein. That is the mind. So mind will be dragged by the horses, and I am, as a charioteer, I am releasing them to go wherever wherever the senses go. I am allowing the mind also to go behind them to satiate itself, but never looking at the master of the chariot, the soul who is sitting inside. Where do you want to go? It is the same thing. When we look at the master of the chariot and ask, means we are getting anchored in the soul, taking the voice from the soul, from the inner voice. Is it clear? So, pravrittim cha nivrittim cha, where we have to withdraw and where we have to take up. These are all not easy decisions to be made. There the Sattvika buddhi will guide us the right decision also, that where we are getting entangled into more and more of possessiveness, or what we are doing out of only. Suppose the other day I was telling you about our Vaidyan, that he came crying that the government is taking his land. Normally it is, okay, what will you do? You will sympathize him, what can you do? The government is taking away, so you cannot do anything, or go to the court, try to fight out as far as possible. Swamiji said, why not you give? You have not done with the land anything for so many years. You have got it from your father, and you have not utilized the land. When the land is being utilized by the government, why don't you give it? And he was happy giving it. So this karya also has to be decided by a Sattvika buddhi. If we don't have the Sattvika buddhi, we will take advice from a person who has the Sattvika buddhi. That will guide us. Bhaya bhaye, where is the fear and where is no fear? Generally our fear is always centered on losing what we like and facing what we dislike, what we do not like. So the bhaya is generally it is decided by our again possessiveness. What we don't want to lose what we like, and we don't want to face what we dislike. But actually this should be defined also by what is needed in that particular condition. We will have here the Balakrishna Vaidyan was having a fear of losing the property. But that losing the property became a joy for him. So it is actually an abode of fearlessness, that whenever we are doing something for the greater cause and all, should we fear it or should we have fearlessness in doing that? Suppose we are fighting for a great cause or anything. There also, should we have fear or should we have fearlessness there? And there also Kena Upanishad says, the Atmana Vindate Viryam. Where from the courage comes? It is right there within us. In the Great Association I have written that seeing Swamiji leading the procession and all, where people are with sword and all to kill, hanging, swords are hanging right in front, they are all against. Where from he is getting the courage? People used to ask that, where from you get the courage? That one is there, then the courage of going against the so-called temple practices. Everybody used to say that that Devi was associated with smallpox. So Swamiji very soon will die out of smallpox, they used to say at that time. Swamiji used to say the smallpox is eradicated. How the Devi doesn't have any function then if you say that she has only a smallpox in her weapon. So anyway, the people used to say all these things, where from he is getting courage. It is not only that, in getting arrested and talking to the people, you see the pictures there, how smilingly he is facing all that. The police also used to get changed accordingly. So there will be fear of getting arrested, fear of facing the police, fear of the divine fear of the Devi, the other fear of the facing the hooligans and with the swords and all. All these fears, and how could he face? It is because the fear, the abode of fearlessness he is hosting. It is because of the Atmana Vindate Virya. It has to be done, and it is not done out of wrath or enmity. The people whom he was fighting, he had all the love for the people, all the sympathy for the people. They are ignorant, they don't know. We must never condemn them. Try to give them knowledge, try to save them, because this whole society is going to be corrupted by that. So, these are all from the Sattvika Buddhi. That to tell us where we should have real fear and where we should not have fear, all these things are decided by that. Bandham moksham chaya veti. This is the last one in the Buddhi. One who knows where lies the bondage and where lies the liberation. That is, which will bind us more and which will reduce the bondage. This is part of the discussion we are having. Now, one incident, it's difficult to say because it's a real incident in my life itself, but I think it helps people, it will help people. I have told also sometimes. One very big project was given, and the DRDO, the Defense Research Organization, DRDO, they agreed to finance that project. It was a very big project in those days. I am talking about 1980s. It was given, and we were the main people in that. But very soon we discovered, in giving some order, there was gross irregularity taking place with the highest of the position from the director's level, including some other dean and all also. Anybody will be fearful about the situation. Then we understood that, not only understood, it was directly, we came across a detail. I am not saying that because some machine was being purchased, equipment were being purchased, the the companies had come, and in that discussion, we discovered that it is absolutely going to be a wrong purchase. Such a huge project. So we came out, and we three of us were there. From the one professor was much senior than me, another was more or less of my. We discussed that we have understood that there are going to be corruption, and it has nothing to do with the project will go wrong, because it is a inverted purchase sort of a thing, which has to be purchased after 3 years is getting now, and whatever to be purchased now, it is not being considered. That was the situation in brief. So I told that we are going to tell about it. Will you be with me, the other two? They said that we will be together, because it is not going to be easy. Anything can happen. This bhaya I am saying, that where is the fear and where is not the fear. So we entered the director's room again, and I said that actually, according to the project proposal, this is not to be purchased. We have to get these items first. Only when we are successful in this, we can think of this production equipment. Now the production equipment will have nothing to do with that. It will sit idle like an elephant. We have no purpose in doing it. Okay, I know, we will get that also later. Let us have this now. They have their way of speaking and all. I simply said that, sir, please relieve me of this project. I cannot take this responsibility. This is going to be wrong. No, we will go, see this equipment, you have to go to UK, then you have to go to Japan, this is that he's putting the carrot. I said, no, I am not interested in that. It is going to be wrong, I feel. So I cannot be, although we have labored hard on submitting the proposal, we have labored very, very hard, but I cannot take it up anymore. So he agreed. I came away. But the seniormost person did not speak a word. He remained with that, with the project. After I have gone to, within a few years I left, few years, by next year or so, I left and I joined the ashram. One day in the newspaper, seeing the news, suddenly I was so surprised. Surprised, no, it is just the truth has been revealed. I showed to Swamiji, I took the news to Swamiji. Swamiji, this is something which has happened in my life. It is now the final part of the whole picture is coming. The senior most person, who was an excellent professor, excellent research person also, who was with us, he's a very good person, simple person, he had committed suicide. What is the reason? He used to tell his wife every day coming back that these people will not allow me to live. So that he is going to commit suicide, it was coming up slowly. Why? Because the project went into a dark phase and they came, they investigated, DRDO people came, investigated, there was a lot of badnami, the ill reputation and all. He could not defend anything, he was the chief there. And the higher ups, that is Dean, Director, they put all the load on him. And towards the end, for the last 6 months or 1 year, I don't remember, another newspaper had written, he wanted to be relieved of the project. He was asking the director to please relieve me of the project. But at that time, who will relieve him? Because they are going to dump everything on him. And it became so much of a mental torture that he committed suicide. Now, why am I saying this? Bhaya, bhaya. No, abhaya and bhaya. Now, what was the purpose? Where lies the fear? I had no problem. I stood by my righteousness and my understanding. I could understand what is going to happen finally. Not that I knew the detail, that somebody will commit suicide and this will happen, DRD also will, there will be ill reputation. So much might not have happened. That much I did not know. But the step was going the wrong way. If we agree to that purchase, means the whole thing is gone. It is starting on a wrong footing. So karya is involved there. Pravritti, nivritti is involved, bhaya is involved, moksha, bandha, everything is involved. It is only because of the sattvika buddhi that I am not interested in anything. Our mantra had been Baba's Kichui Chaina. Baba used to say, Kichui Chaina. Kichui Chaina means we want nothing from anywhere, anybody, anytime, anything. This is the Maha Mantra. With that we will do whatever we are doing. That is the abode of fearlessness. When you say, I don't want anything from anybody, anytime, anywhere in the world, then what do you fear? Let anything happen. We will do our work, whatever we can do, best possible manner we will do. So this dispossessiveness, this is called dispossessiveness. Kichui Chaina means I don't want anything, means it is a dispossessiveness. With that you can have a palace also. It doesn't matter. As Janaka Raja was having, the other day I told you, Shukadeva was running away with a small bundle of clothes. And Janaka Raja is sitting quiet in his palace where there is a fire. So Shukadeva, even he could not leave the possessiveness about his 2 pair of sets of clothes or so. Whereas Janaka Raja, having a huge palace, he was not upset about it. He would take the measure to quench the fire, to douse the fire. So that is the Sattvika Buddhi. Now this Sattvika Buddhi, if we culture, it should lead to Sattvika Dhriti also. This Sattvika Buddhi a speaker can generate in you in a limited way. But the Dhriti has to be generated completely by the sadhak. That the Guru cannot do anything. Even in a Guru also, the Guru can give you the Sattvika Buddhi in understanding and everything. But whether you pursue it and develop into a Sattvika Dhriti, that entirely depends on the disciple. The Guru cannot do anything there. Normally it should be. Living with the Guru, the Sattvika Dhriti also should come. But in many cases it doesn't come because you don't want it. Now once we understand this Sattvika, now only one thing we have to understand, remember, is that this inward oneness and outward multiplicity. That we are slave to this multiplicity of the world because of our ragadvesha, our likes for our clinging to what we like and hatred or intolerance towards what we dislike. And that is governing that is pulling the mind, pulling the senses, pulling the mind, pulling the buddhi, etc. The whole thing is inverted. The buddhi is anchored in our real identity, which is always impersonality, unaffectedness, universality, etc. Once the buddhi is anchored there, the buddhi will work on the mind and try to induce that oneness in the mind. And once the mind is induced with that oneness, it will govern the indriyas also properly. This is the whole thing. Now, whenever the buddhi is anchored in the soul, it is called sattvika buddhi, it is called yoga buddhi, it is called viveka buddhi, whatever you may call, this is the way. Yoga buddhi also is like that. It is yoga buddhi means the buddhi is in union with the soul, with the real being, with the real identity. Viveka also is that. Viveka is used in a little lesser sense, but actually it is so the height of Viveka is the same as the yoga buddhi. Now, in the Rajasika case, they don't have that. They may have buddhi, they may have morality, they may have tremendous energy also, but it is all based on that partial, the differential vision. This I like, this I don't like, this I want to have, this I did not do. So it's a partial, it's a differential vision that predominates in the case of a Rajasika person. And for the Tamasika person, it is all covered with delusion and ulta, reverse understanding. 31st verse. Yaya dharmam adharmam cha
Yaya dharmam adharmam cha
karyam cha karyameva cha
karyam cha karyameva cha
ajathavat prajanati
ajadhavat prajanati
buddhissa partha rajasi.
buddhissa partha rajasi.
See, here it is dharma and adharma, karya and akarya. What is to be done, what is not to be done, where lies dharma, where lies adharma. Ayathavat prajanati. He doesn't know it in the proper sense, improperly. That buddhi tells him improperly. That buddhi is called rajasi. And second one, next one. Adharmam dharmamitiya
Adharmam dharmamitiya
manyate tamasavrita
manyate tamasavrita
sarvarthan viparitamscha
sarvarthan viparitamscha
buddhissa partha tamasi.
buddhissa partha tamasi.
I thought I will tell you, going back to 14th chapter, a little more about the sattva, rajas, tamas, so that you can relate it well as we go forward further. See, generally, we say that we have forgotten our real identity or the truth, and we are running after things in a with delusion that we have been discussing all these days. That ignorance is called avidya. Avidya. So this avidya is told to have two powers, two factors. One is called avarana shakti, another is called vikshepa shakti. Shakti means power. Avarana means covering. And vikshepa means distracting. This covering is coming from the tamoguna. Any covering that the revelation against which works against anything, any revelation is tamoguna. It is the andhakara, ignorance. So the covering power is from the tamoguna, that our real identity we have forgotten. Now the moment we forget our real identity, we start thinking that I am the body-mind limited personality. The moment we forget our universal identity, We start thinking that I am small, I am body mind limited personality, they are others, I have to, we start hating others, intolerant about others, envying others, jealous of others, all so many things, running after, running away. So the whole distraction, this avarana makes us forget our identity. The moment we forget, we start acting motivated by desire. The desire immediately comes in. So the desire motivated activity starts when we forget our identity. This is called the Vikshepa Shakti, or the scattering power of the ignorance, which is the Rajoguna. Because Rajoguna means activity, energy. But there is a difference. Sattva-guna also has activity. Rajoguna is desire motivated activity. That is originating from a fragmented vision. Fragmented vision means I am small, others are also different from me, and we get something I like, I want to have it, something I don't like, I want to avoid it. So these are all desire motivated activity. They are not the natural activity as we see in the whole universe. The moon is going around, the earth is going around the sun, moon is going around the earth, the plants are growing, the flowers are blossoming, even birds, animals also, they live more or less a natural life. There is no desire there. But in our case, we are not natural because of this desire element which is coming from the smallness, the ego part of our understanding. So, in the beginning, right in the fundamental level, how the tamoguna is working, it is covering up, it is ignorance. And how the rajoguna is working, it is distracting us, it is putting us into desire motivated activities, running after and running away from the multifarious appearances. Now what will Sattva-guna do? Sattva-guna is actually the vidya which has to eliminate the avidya. That means Sattva-guna will reveal the truth and remove this desire from our being. That means we are thinking we are small, no longer we are small, so naturally desire becomes redundant. We become natural, not that we are not acting, we will act in the natural manner. As the flowers are blossoming, we will also blossom. With the full, whatever qualities we have, whatever capacities we have, with that we will blossom. So Sattva Guna's work is to reveal. That we should understand. We will still be active, but not with a fragmented vision, with the desire motivated activities. So, we should identify these qualities. Right in the beginning, in the 14th chapter, they have defined what is Sattva-guna, what is Rajoguna, what is Tamoguna. In the 14.678, they have defined. And also, what is the guna and how it is binding us. Both these things are defined in the 6, 7, 8 of 14th chapter.